Well, hello. Um, well, I came here mm, because it's raining. I was a bit worried about the roof, but it's fine. Um, so, I still need to correct parts of my book. Well, spelling errors, grammatical things, but nothing fundamental. It is written, so I don't think that much anymore. Um, and well, to find the right tenant could be a fitness, could be catering, could be, I don't know. But, it keeps me busy. So they write emails, I make drafts of possible contracts. I have asked an architect to check with city planning, but that's gonna take 2-3 weeks. And so, yeah, it's negotiation a bit. And then I always have to refer to my brother and my father. So, my brother, he has comments too, but yeah, who cares? So, we'll see. But it takes off my time, that is sure. Um, um, I did some calculation because Tess from Chicago, who works in London, well, in fashion, but she's not paying, she still owes me 1,375 euro, so she didn't pay rent of last month. And now we have Naomi, but yeah, she started January 1st. So yeah, and maybe I will do some calculation for it. She's a very correct payment. Um, and so, but it takes time sometimes. Well, if you have to go back 4 years of bookkeeping about costs and buildings and all these things, yeah, it easily. Normally my father and brother arrange this, but yeah. um, I did it again, to make sure it's correct. And all these years of talking to tenants, I never had to send something to a lawyer. Um, 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 but in recent times, there is more and more people behind with the rent, dishonest, just not paying, and that's something, yeah, I don't like. So yeah, we'll see to go to court. Maybe if they just tell you things and they lie and they get more and more behind, 3, 4, 5 months, it's not going to happen. Then we'll go to a lawyer, but you better do it in spring. So, because yeah, they have children studying, so if they really have to be pushed out, it's better in the summer season when they don't have exams and all these things. So we'll see. But no, hopefully, we will see. I prefer to talk and to see everything goes all right. And then, yeah, the book. Well, I can't show it yet. I have at least 20 people I would really like to show it to. But they are also friends of my parents. And they don't know that I'm writing the book. So yeah, it's a bit. And also, there are still some spelling errors. I need to get out all of those before I can print it massively. Well, I have had it printed already 15 times and I gave away already 8 copies of my book. But So there's a lot of versions, um, and I think at least 11 or something. So even the latest one is still in print, just one copy. And I changed the cover, it's beautiful. And so yeah, and the content, it's also beautiful. And now that it is finished, I'm thinking, yeah, before it was hard to make it in English, but now I need a new project. Well, I have things to do, but a project like that, well, I can make these videos, but nobody knows about this. Only one girl, she was almost Miss Universe. She knows, but not specifically this. She just knows. Well, she doesn't know, actually. She only knows that I'm in love. Well, and that there is no relationship, that I'm just trying, hoping. And, but yeah, I feel happy. Well, um, um, yeah, I really want to believe that I'm over my first love after 30 years. And she walked in the street and she passed me. I said her name and she just walked on. So I don't exist anymore for her. Well, I'm sure it was something else, but it gives me a feeling, well, after 30 years in Napoleonic law, if somebody disappears 30 years, you could handle his inheritance, because the hope after 30 years is some kind over to hope that it's gonna come back after 30 years. It's a long time. So yeah. Then I'm single, waiting for my first date. Well, not really. But well, I feel still interested. Well, but I don't want to try something. Anyway, with all this Me Too, how can you try something? You say hello to a woman, your suit. So, but yeah, the book, that's probably the next thing. Get it in English, but I'm not so sure, because yeah, the content might be a bit well, worrying to some persons. So I don't want hatred. So if I keep it in Dutch, it keeps under the radar. And well, the first thing, but with Corona extremely difficult, would be to find some people to talk about the book. I'm hoping for the professor, 80 years old. All his life he did physics, well, studying the stars and all these things and the galaxies. Well, it's a fine job. He's smart, he knows things. He knows about climate, he knows about ice ages, he knows, yeah, quite a lot. A real professor at university. So, well, some other people too. An engineer, former, also 80 years old, of Akvagevart. And that Zoroastrism and those first mathematicians, because yeah, mathematics, that was one of those first sciences. Well, first we started cooking, of course, having good cooking recipes, but around the time we were able to write and build buildings and do administration, like dividing land, dividing harvest, making trade, weights, how much grain and all these things, how much you needed to plant, how much it grow. So they had ideas of mathematics, and it was a science. And then, well, so an engineer, he knows about mathematics, and then explain that, well, this can bring infinity to the human mind. And, well, infinity in two ways. If you go smaller than an atom, well, you can divide it infinitely smaller, always smaller. There is never an end. That was the main belief in ancient Greece. And also, when you go out in the universe to the stars, well, when it was ancient Greek time, infinity. So the whole idea that the universe was infinite, yeah, couldn't be otherwise, because where would it be? So that was a different world, infinity. And who says infinity? Well, they found out time, like Plato, he in ancient Greece, he will say, well, with the moon and the sun, you know time. In our world, our material world, there is time. 24 hours, 12 months, 60 minutes. Well, I think that is very ancient, like maybe 2,500 years old, 3,000. So they had that idea of time measuring. And yeah, I would like to talk to some engineers, but I'm not sure they know all these things. So it seems that, well, why don't we divide time like 10 minutes, and 1 hour would be 100 minutes or something? Why do we take 60? Also, with globes, with the degrees, you have 360 degrees. Well, but of course, those ancient mathematics, they come from a textbook written by Euclides, served 2,000 years. They only abolished it like 50 years ago. And I remember when I had to go to university, I was 17, and there was a girl, maybe in love with me. She insisted I take private lessons from a retired teacher, a woman, and she had to teach me to be successful in the law exam. And so we also had economics, and there was a curve. And I had, of course, studied Latin and mathematics and science. So I had the modern mathematics, the modern geometry. And the teacher, well, she still had the Euclid textbook when she was younger. And so she said, in that graphic, the lines don't touch, because it was a line with a curvation. And there she was thinking it's infinity, and they would say it doesn't touch. But in modern mathematics, the circle, well, they don't calculate the infinity anymore. It's a material world, and so the lines do touch. I was thrown out of private class, and I had to, because yeah, I opposed her view before the other students, but when it came a few months later to pass the economics exam, the professor gave me 18 on 20, so very good score, and her students, well, they didn't pass the tests, so so yeah, infinity, modern mathematics, an interesting matter. Like to talk and explain the origin and how it gave So yeah, infinity gave something to the humanity,